A psychic is a person considered or claiming to have psychic powers, a medium. They're said to be able to communicate with the dead. They're said to have psychic powers of or relating to human soul or mind. But what happens when random money-hungry scammers appear, claiming they can talk to the dead, or liars come out of the woodwork blaming people for mass murders?
We have new information tonight in the investigation into the fatal stabbings of 4 University of Idaho students. The local police chief says they can't assure the community is safe as
Before I begin this Who is Rebecca Schofield series and her motives for the murder of the University of Idaho students, let's just dispel the rumors.
Today, I'll be covering 2 of the worst TikTok psychics. Well, they're not really psychics, but TikTokers claiming to be such. Hi, I'm PJ. I make docu-style content relating to social media personalities or just whatever strikes my interest. Thank you so much for the recent support, and let's talk about psychics. Psychic Natalia. Essentially, this woman has multiple accounts on TikTok in which she reads deceased and living people's spirits and tarot cards. But what separates her from other psychics on the app, but not on this list, is that she isn't one. She's a scammer.
I do nothing.
And that's exactly what she does. She just makes broad statements, and if that isn't bad enough, half the time her facts are wrong.
Guys, I'm tired. I haven't slept for over 30 hours. I've been on live, okay? So, yes, I have it written down here. It was your friend. I don't know why I keep saying dad.
And that's saying a lot, considering how broad her statements are. And the fact is that she literally reads stuff off a computer.
Please know when you guys see me looking up, looking around, people are saying, what are you looking at? I'm connecting. I see spirit. I am simply just connecting.
In one instance, she even flips her camera around to prove that she's only using her computer to play music, but accidentally flashes a glimpse of an open tab that reveals a tarot card website that she's clearly referencing. Now, the TikTok user that most of this content is coming from, with the name of Natalia Psychic Exposed, bravely experimented with Natalia's psychic business. She posted a couple of videos on her page detailing her experience with sending money in an attempt to see if her practice was authentic or not. The user, who went undercover as a woman named Karen, sent $113 to Natalia, who at first claimed she didn't send it.
I didn't see the gifts. It would still show up on my screen. You did not send me a champion. No, you didn't.
Once she realizes, however, she begins the reading. The user, under the name of just_vibing895, baits Natalia with her bio full of fake information to see if Natalia relies on it for her reading. And she does.
Karen, sweetheart, I'm very sorry for your loss of your husband. Not very old either. From what I'm seeing, the shadow and the soul that I'm feeling is maybe he was around anywhere between the ages of 30, maybe 40. His words exactly, sweetheart, you're going to get through this. You are the best mother ever to our 2 children. You've always been a healer. You have to focus on now, not then. Camping? Saying camping?
That wasn't even nearly the end of the Natalia Exposed tests.
The saga ends when Natalia says Karen already got her reading, which isn't true.
Karen had her reading. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll leave the full video I used to do my research down below. I highly recommend you check the full thing out. It's amazing. But before we move on to our next scammer, I'd like you to check out some clips that I think pretty perfectly represent Natalia and at least her online presence.
Please know that when somebody passes, the last thing to go, I used to be a nurse, is the brain.
I said I used to work in healthcare. I never claimed to be a nurse, and it's not your business what I do for a living. It really isn't.
This lady did pass. This lady did pass from a type of cancer, okay? So you just need to know that this lady that passed, I never said my readings for free. You're so rude. I will be live very soon to give free readings and free messages to past loved ones.
And I'll tell you, as a licensed professional, I think what you're doing is extremely dangerous. And I think it's very harmful for people who are looking for answers or relief, who are going through grief.
What do you mean it's dangerous?
It's dangerous because you're harming people. You're giving people false hope. You're giving people false information. You have to know that. You have to know that.
Okay, well, I believe that I am real, so...
You are to believe whatever you want to believe, but for the people who are suffering, who are so desperately looking for answers, you are dangerous.
You just admitted you called someone the N-word?
Yes, I did.
Well, you're a racist bitch.
No, I'm not racist. No,
yeah, you are. Then why would you call someone the N-word if you're not racist?
Everybody is human. When you're bullied to that point, sometimes words come out that you didn't mean. So it came out and I apologized. But what about telling me to slice? What about calling me a fat? What about telling me? No, really, there's no difference. There's no difference.
She's worse than just a scammer. She won't even let other mediums or psychics in her lives because she knows just how fake they are.
Anybody that's also a medium, get rid of them, please.
Psychic Ashley. On TikTok, she goes by the name of Ashley is in the Book of Life. After the mass stabbings in Idaho, she basically made up a story and acted like she was stating facts, even though it was more like an unhinged fanfic. I'll show you a clip from the first video of the saga, but I can't show the full story because her quote-unquote visions, once again it's all fiction, spanned throughout many, many videos.
Before I begin this Who is Rebecca Schofield series and her motives for the murder of the University of Idaho students, let's just dispel the rumors. No, I do not know Rebecca Schofield. I'm not connected to her in any kind of way. I'm not emotionally tied to her or any of the victims. I'm not connected to anyone. I have no reason to lie on her. No, I did not just see her picture and name on the University of Idaho history page and then automatically feel it was her. This is not a feeling, this is knowledge. I have no feelings about this. I did a reading when I saw Rebecca Schofield on the history department's page on Rebecca Schofield and her connection. I also did readings on some of the other people and their connection to the University of Idaho crimes. What came out on their reading is how they responded to the crimes and how they were feeling about it. What came out in Rebecca Schofield's reading was how she implemented it, how she planned it, and why.
Also, when I say many videos, I meant like over 20 on the tragic stabbings alone. Essentially, and I cannot stress enough that this is all fake news, Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee Concaves, one of the victims of the murders, fell in love, even though Miss Schofield is already married. Once again, none of this is real. Miss Schofield and Miss Concave's relationship apparently didn't work out though, but Miss Schofield didn't want her secrets of cheating on her husband, dating a student, or being a lesbian to come out. So, according to so-called psychic Ashley, she paid Jack Decor, Kaylee Concave's ex-boyfriend, to kill her. Miss Schofield is actually currently in the process of suing so-called psychic Ashley, and rightfully so, because this stuff obviously didn't happen, let alone the murders have been solved, and the killer doesn't appear to be Jack Decor or Rebecca Schofield.
Detectives arrested 28-year-old Brian Christopher Kohlberger in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, on a warrant for murders of Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee.
Nearly 7 weeks after Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were found murdered in a home near the University of Idaho campus, an arrest is made.
New details emerging about Brian Kohlberger's actions before his arrest. ABC News learning from a law enforcement source that federal investigators observed him in Pennsylvania around 4 a.m. as he discarded garbage in his neighbor's trash bin just days before his arrest. Trash ending up being key in the case. Police linking Kohlberger to the murders by collecting his father's DNA from trash outside the family home and matching that to DNA they say they discovered on the button snap of a knife sheath that was on the bed next to the body of victim Madison Mogan.
Psychic Ashley made a ton of videos. Remember how I said over 20 earlier? Well, that was a huge, although true, understatement. I counted and my numbers could be slightly off, but the real number appears to be 138 videos. I just said 20 earlier because that was an original guesstimate, but looking more into it is crazy. And even after being in the process of getting sued, she doesn't seem to have deleted any of them or shown any remorse for openly lying on someone's name and disrespecting the victims. She just continues making more and more. Even when she was locked out of her other account, it didn't stop her, as she just made another one titled Ashley is a God in the Flesh. and started posting there again. And she even went the extra distance defending the actual killer.
It's completely disgusting and a new low to me for them to blame Bryan Kohberger. One, because he's different. He was already unique and different, and he didn't fit in with the people in that community. So for them to turn around and choose him to frame him, that's just so disgusting. You already rejected him, and then turn around and blame and frame him? Super disgusting. In addition to that, the same reason why he was chosen by Rebecca Schofield when she invited him to experience and asked him to go to the scene of the crime, make sure Jack DeCool was there doing his job, and if not, to do it himself. But anyway, when she enticed him to go there, she used the fact that he was a quote-unquote misfit or rejected and decided and made it like she was accepting him by inviting him to experiment. And then turned around and framed him. That is just, y'all need to treat people better. This is just horrible.
I also wanted to just add that on her profile, she refers to herself as solving mysteries. So I would guess she's done the same type of lying on other people's names and tragic events. All I'm saying is if I see another headline on her getting sued, I won't be surprised.